Good to see you, AJ.
Come here.
Haven't seen AJ in a long time. Very busy guy. Joe, you're on the air.
Hey, I got a question for AJ.
Go ahead.
Did your show get canceled yet, loser?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
the show guy canceled. What's he going to do?
He's a dick. I just want to let him know.
Why did they cancel that show, AJ? They hardly gave you a
I
chance.
thought
They
they
gave me
were
no
on
shot.
hiatus.
No, I was.
I thought with E,
they gave me no shot.
With E, they they
You
usually
think you let it grow for a while, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, he gave you that big build-up, you know, AJ.
Oh my
is
God!
The future.
I was sick of myself. I was sick of myself for a while.
Who gave it? You gave him a build-up?
Yeah.
I was on
we
everything.
gotta lock him up
Forget
because
about
he's so hot.
We should find the
We
commercials.
gotta be in
Oh.
business with him.
Yeah, I
Get
got all excited for the guy.
Ah.
Thank you. Chris, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I suffer from insomnia, and I tried sleeping pills, I tried sedatives, I tried everything, and I finally found something that cures my insomnia. AJ After Hours.
Hey man.
What is that?
What is this? Come
I'll
on.
tell you something right now. No, it's okay. It's all right. He can say that. But I will do one thing before I leave today.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab Stuttering John by the face and I'm gonna punch him right in his friggin' head. One more call gets through and you're dead, you fat bastard.
Bring it on, motherfucker. Bring it on. Bring it on, motherfucker. Bring it on.
I think you need to see me to understand some of these things.
Of course. I'll make the next call. I should make the next call. You should. What? To who? To AJ. You didn't hear what just happened?
Well, the guy said the show sucks, right?
Yeah, so AJ goes, you know what I'm going to do, Howard? He goes, if Stuttering John puts one more fucking call through like this, I'm going to go out there and beat the shit out of it.
Let me go. What?
What?
What line is open?
I think it'd be funny if I do, guy.
Yeah, what line is open?
236. Let me call.
We'll put it on. You know what? Go into.
No, they'll do it here.
All right.
Yeah, Mel, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard, the only thing more embarrassing than this video is the AJ After Hours show.
Oh.
Get that John right now.
Guy.
you know-
Get that John right now.
And you know who's really embarrassed?
Who?
Even more embarrassed of that show than AJ?
Oh.
His hair. It jumped right off his head to get away from him.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I knew it was John. I knew it.
Get him in right now. I swear to Christ, when I leave. You're doing it? All right, let me tell you something.
You fat bastard.
You better leave early. No, there'll be tomorrow.
I'm going to smack you silly, you prick.
Tomorrow's store. Actually, the next break.
Yeah.
After the break, come
Hey,
back.
Howard, AJ stands for arrogant jerk, by the way.
Oh,
What's
what
it stand for?
happened
What?
with you guys?
Stands for what?
Arrogant jerk.
I swear to
what
God.
happened with
the
you
next
two?
break, you watch what happens. I don't care if I ever come back again. I'm gonna go in there and punch you.
Hey, listen, I have some free hats for a little,
I'll go right now.
a good wig for you to wear back here, AJ.
No, don't go.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna beat you worse than Chuck Zito.
AJ, what happened between you two? Oh, he's going to go beat John's ass.
Come on.
Ow! Jesus, it goes. You want me? Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm up right now.
I'll beat your ass,
right now.
AJ.
I'm up right now, motherfucker.
Go home, AJ. Go home.
Oh, really?
No, really, just for now. I'm not saying go home like get out. I'm saying like go home like calm down. Just calm down. You can't come to a place and punch a guy.
Hey,
in the
excuse me.
face. AJ, you can't.
Excuse me, how many times this guy...
I know, but you can't do that.
You can't take a joke, AJ?
Too many times, John.
So many times.
John, inside, John.
Dude, I don't dictate what kind of calls
John.
they go through.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You put it through.
He picks it up. He knows what's going to happen.
But the last few weeks...
He knows what's going to happen.
Last 2 weeks, a little too pricky.
Anytime, AJ. Anytime, dude.
You know where I am.
All right. What happened to those guys?
Punch in the head.
Who punched in the head?
I got punched in the head.
Why did you
were
get punched in the
breaking
head?
them apart and you got punched?
John, that asshole.
What happened?
He went out and punched John.
He did?
Yeah, told him to go home.
Oh,
Who,
come
AJ?
on.
AJ punched John?
Yes.
And how did you
And
end
John punched him. Well, I didn't think AJ was really going to punch him, so I was just trying to stay in the middle of him.
Yeah.
And he took a shot at John. He got me in the side of the head.
Do we have
My
tape
God,
at
you all
least?
right?
The whole thing's taped, yeah.
No, he's taped.
John
What is going
John
on?
went right back at him.
Of course John did.
I thought that AJ was kidding around when he was like, Shh, where's John? Like, I thought it was a joke.
Right.
And I said, AJ, you can't punch him. He was like, no, I'm not going to punch him. And then he punched him.
But why didn't John run?
Dopey. I said, AJ, you can't come and punch a guy in the head at a job.
Right. You do that after hours.
I didn't think he was that
Well,
mad.
Well.
What was he mad about?
I don't know.
John or AJ?
Well, let's get AJ back in here now. I'm totally
I know
riled
you're
up now.
pissed.
How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just I
Where
never.
did you get hit?
No, he didn't hit me like with a punch. He got me in the side of the head with his arm, but I never expected him to really throw a punch.
Where was Ronnie, the security
Ronnie
guy?
came running in. The pictures are all off the wall in the hallway. I mean, Howard, it's so
Well, where's
real.
John and AJ?
It's so real, it'll scare you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
gotta
so
see
real.
this.
Yeah.
So silly. You guys.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, here they come.
Uh-oh, here we go. What happened? Hey, don't say the F word. What happened?
Hey, there's only one person bleeding here, AJ.
Oh,
Who's bleeding? You're bleeding?
That's right, and I'll beat your ass again. You come over here, I'll kick your ass, AJ, anytime.
AJ, sit down.
Come on.
Howard, this guy's mad at me because I put phone calls through that goof on him.
No, that was you on the phone.
No.
I take a lot of heat.
He liked that call, but he doesn't like the other calls for the last 3 weeks.
No, I take jokes, John. You know I take jokes. Howard knows that. Everybody
Yeah,
knows
what?
that.
Since when do you get offended by that?
Because this guy's got the last few weeks, he's sandbagging me. There's too many calls coming through that he can hang up on somebody.
Howard, explain to AJ
No, don't even touch me.
what my job is back there. Am I supposed to now edit?
No, whoever calls in.
Thank you.
You're supposed to put them
Now go
through.
smack Howard now, AJ, because that's what.
What happened though? What happened?
Too many weeks in a row. Too many calls again through that I think he can hang up on a guy.
I see.
I think he's in too prick.
Too many calls. I thought
No,
hang up on him.
listen, John, I take a lot. I always take heat from.
Hey, how about the calls that said that these guys dug that bad show of yours? I had calls.
Why you have to
I had
insult the
calls
guy?
like, you know,
Why are you
that's
insulting
saying
him?
that?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I had calls saying that.
What
The
happened?
point is, I take.
Howard, how many times I had calls saying that?
Why are you fighting with
Howard,
AJ?
how many calls has there
You
been?
take many positive calls about
That says AJ is great.
Yeah.
I put it through.
No.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
A lot of calls lately you've been putting through just to piss me off. I think. I do. That's not fun.
Listen, any celebrity that comes in here, any guest, calls come in positive.
No, a lot of people call
or
in
negative.
positive and then they
No,
get
no,
negative.
but hold it. Let's
A
go-
lot of people call
It
in.
is easy to fool, John.
Okay, then I
Well, it's
apologize
easy to
for that.
fool anyway.
If they fool you,
They do.
if they fool you, I apologize.
Let's watch the
I don't
fight.
want to be.
Wait, John
I don't
will
want
put-
to.
wait a
I
second.
don't want to be sandbagged by.
No. John will put through calls and say, "Hey, I think AJ's great on the show,w," and then the guy will get on there and go, "AJ
That's,
sucks."
I understand that.
Yeah,
I
all
understand
right.
that. But
Well,
if I'm part of the family to an extent,
Dude, AJ, listen, you broke it, dude. You don't start smacking somebody,
I
dude.
did, I did.
And you're lucky I didn't beat your ass in because you had two guys in between me and you. I'll kick your ass
That's
right
what
now.
happened.
Come
That's
on.
what happened.
No, easy.
No, Howard, you get to get.
Let me see.
not a
Listen,
bar.
AJ, be part of the family.
Howard,
be part of the family.
Well, he started. He started.
No, but
No, I didn't start anything, dude.
I'm part of the family. You hear that tape they just played on me? You think I like that? But I'm part of the family.
You handed that over, Gary. You gave that to them.
All right, let me take a look. Let me take a look at the videotape of what
gotta
just
see
happened.
this.
Let me see if I can get the sound up too. I don't know if I can. I guess not. Well, John
There's
is in.
John waiting.
There's AJ.
I get in the middle because I think he's just kidding.
Ow!
Can we do that slow motion? Look, keep looking.
It's a left smack. It was a left-handed smack.
Yeah, that's called a jab. That's what it is. No, dude. Did I have my hands raised, AJ? No. I didn't know that you were such a pussy that you're going to take a little
Wait a
jab.
second.
I
Let me
told
A jab shot at me,
Tom,
AJ.
I
Oh,
told you-
Daddy's
I
here.
told you I was coming to hit you, John.
You should be fired.
Tom, what do you think?
Get high.
Tom, what
You
happened?
know what? I agree with John.
Yeah.
That's a sucker punch. I don't want the guy.
I didn't even see it.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
outta here.
The
No,
point
wait,
is, I told you I was going to hit you. I told you.
You didn't tell me you were going to hit.
I told everybody here
Get
it
the
was.
hell out of here, dude.
I said you earlier.
Get out of here.
Let's watch again.
Crossed a big time.
Let me see.
line.
Let me see
I
what
don't want the
happened.
guy here.
I don't want the guy
happened?
sandbagging me
I don't
every
want
time
the, you
here.
know what? AJ, you
That's
don't
okay.
belong
That's okay.
here.
Then I'll leave. That's fine. I don't want that guy
I don't
sandbagging.
want
I got the worst part of the punch.
I
I don't want him sandbagging. If that's what it takes, that's fine. Then I'll go.
There is no room.
No hard
room
feelings,
in my
Tom.
radio station.
No
for
hard
that
feelings.
kind.
I just don't think the guy
So
should be
leave.
sandbagging
So
me
you
too
want
many
to leave?
times.
Leave then. Be a man of your word.
I
Leave.
am. I
Wow.
am.
Oh my God.
Man, my word.
No. Sit for a second. Everybody calm down. Let's not make any rash
I'm an
decisions.
honest guy. I always.
Oh, my God. We got AJ thrown off the show.
AJ,
That's a line.
Come on, I love
You crossed
AJ.
a big time line.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But
He's a big tough guy.
Oh, don't let him walk past John.
I'm serious here.
I'll leave, no problems. But I just think.
Anytime,
Wait,
AJ.
calm down.
Anytime you see me in
Now
private,
it's crossing
you
lines.
take me on.
Calm down.
Anytime.
Calm down.
Outside of the station, you take me on. I'm going to kick your freaking ass.
all right.
You
all right.
see
Why
me
you
out,
got to
John.
throw fire
You
on
always
the
see me
thing?
out.
This is
I'm always
good.
out.
Do you guys realize what you're arguing
He's
over?
throwing.
Oh, Gary, he hit me.
No,
Don't make it look like
I
I'm
know.
arguing about something stupid.
Genesis-
This guy took a jab shot at me.
I wasn't a jab shot.
Yes, it was a jab
I
shot.
told the whole
Dude,
room.
No one
I
starts
was gonna
punching
smack
people
you.
around here. I'm sorry. I
smacked
didn't think you were
you.
so immature you're going to start taking
Not even
shots
sure.
because of some phone call.
No, it's too
You
many times in a
pussy.
row, John. Too many times in a row.
Too many times. I take calls for
He
everybody on this
pushed
show.
his butt.
Yeah, but you know what? I always take jokes here all the time. You can say anything about
Howard
me all
knows
the
what
time.
he's taking. Go hit Howard. He knows what calls are coming up there.
Don't always put them through then,
Sometimes,
John.
AJ, people call in and say
I'm
that
gonna
they're
edit
going
for
to
you,
say
you little
something
pussy.
positive, and then they say something negative, but we all get negative
No,
stuff.
I understand that. I just
They
think
call
John,
me
I think
all
too
kinds
often.
of
I think he's doing
names.
it too often. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you
And
just
when I
played
got
a
it for the
tape
tape, I
of you.
said,
Yeah, he
I
doesn't.
said, next phone call, I'm going to get him.
I know, but nobody really believed you.
Yeah.
You guys know me.
I didn't think you were for
You
real.
guys don't know
I
me.
thought John
I
would
actually
run.
thought you cared enough about being here that you wouldn't
I
hit a
do.
guy.
I love being here, but I'm not going to be here at the extent of someone who's trying to sandbag me. Screw that, man. There's
Sam, you what? You
I
can't
just
take a little
think-
criticism?
What did they say?
No, it's not one call,
He's
two
a
calls.
big reporter who can't take a little criticism. You can report on
My
some
whole-
celebrities. You can't take a little
I
criticism.
do take it. I love
Oh,
those.
yeah, you take it. You smack somebody because you put a phone call through.
I smack somebody because it does it too often to me.
It's too often. Oh, I can take it, but only in small
No, I
little
take
bits.
it all the
John
time, John.
Pussy.
I take it all the time.
No, John did make a phone call himself
That was a
as
joke.
Mel.
And he said that was okay.
It was actually funny when I saw you on screen.
Is he the only person that's had that?
No.
No.
You got to go to
Anybody
anger
around
management
shows
class.
that.
No, get out. No anger management. I got up and told the room I got to go smack him, and I did. How?
You're a man of your word, but guess what? Guess what? You're a man of your word,
Yeah.
so good. You can but get the hell out of here and
I
be
told
a
Tom
man of
already.
your
What,
word.
you going back to talk?
Wait a second. Dominic wants to say something. He is a lawyer. Yes, Dominic.
Perfect match. This is the next
What? I
fight.
can't hear
This is the next fight. Take it into the ring.
Absolutely.
Can AJ fight him in the ring, Tom?
Can't they settle this like
Can't they just go downstairs now?
It's stupid. The point is, I was mad. I told him. It's loud. Hold it.
AJ had no right to do this.
I hate to see AJ thrown off the
I
show,
don't want to
Tom.
see AJ have to
Maybe they
go.
could calm down.
I love AJ, but AJ, this was out of
So if this is the
control.
first time,
That was AJ was out of control.
Right.
You're right.
Howard,
How about if we tie AJ to his chair?
All right.
You're not going to jap me.
I didn't jab
Yes,
you.
you
I told
did.
I was gonna smack you, John.
Gary,
What's a jap mean?
did you think he was going to throw a punch?
No.
I didn't either. Because it'll be more of a man than that.
Let me see.
Gary's
Let me see again.
blocking John's view of AJ.
I got it between it because I thought AJ might push him goofing around.
That's what I
Oh!
It's a smack, a left smack.
John's an animal.
You went after me.
After you.
I admire him for that. He's a good guy. You went after me. Good for you. You
Shut the hell up with your machoism.
not macho, John. I went at you. Told you.
I
You got
don't
me
want to
pissed.
be on your I went after you list, all right? Because you're a little pussy.
I know I am. I know.
Wow.
I came in and said I was gonna hit you, and I hit you. Yeah,
Big
John.
macho guy, big macho AJ.
What
You know,
if I
it's
get
like
these guys in the ring? What do I do
I'm
here,
not, I'm not saying
Tom?
about
You think
macho.
it's so great. You're an arrogant little
See,
jerk.
this is my point. You see?
down.
But wait, do you see the attitude? This is why you put.
This is
salt
your
at that-
point. No, I put calls.
This is why-
Howard, how many times do I put calls that say AJ's great?
Millions
Thank
of
you.
times.
Thank you.
Millions,
And
there were
millions.
several
The point is the way
today.
you're acting
There
right
were
now.
several
The way you're
There were
acting
plenty
right now.
today.
The way you're acting right now about I want to be on your list and you're not.
Yeah, I don't want you telling me I'm a man because I
this is what
came
I
after
like
you.
about
I don't
you.
want your machoism.
John, this
I don't
is
want to
what
be part of your club,
This
okay? I don't want to
this
be
is
part
what-
of your arrogant
This is in your
club.
head every day. You see me. It's always there when you see me.
I'm always nice to
See,
you.
there is an undercurrent.
No,
Is
there
there,
isn't
is there
an undercurrent.
anything before
I
today?
am always nice to
before the phone
AJ,
call?
Howard. I've
Hold
never
on,
had a
John,
problem.
hold on. AJ, is there, before the phone calls, forget that. Is there anything between you and John before
No,
that?
nothing before except phone calls. No.
Never.
No, we're always
been
cool.
nice.
We're always
have-
cool.
Now it
we
has
are.
changed.
We
Now
are.
it has changed.
Now I'm
AJ.
scared.
Okay.
As soon as you smack somebody, things change, I think.
I've been around long enough to know that, John. That's okay. I'm not. I understand that. I understand Tom's
Yes,
point.
Dominic. Pay-per-view. I just hate to lose.
No, I tell you what.
Yeah, I hate to do it.
I apologize for overreacting on the air. Absolutely. But when I stood up in this chair, I told the whole room what I was going to do, and we all laughed.
I believed you.
We all
Yeah, we all
laughed.
laughed.
I didn't think.
No
you
one
were-
told me to do it, but we all laughed when I said I was going to do it.
No,
It was
I
obvious-
didn't think you were
but
going to do
Howard,
it.
No one thought. No one thought.
Guys, time out, guys.
I
When
mean, what's
walked-
the big deal?
Howard,
Someone says
Howard,
your show sucks.
You
Who
know,
cares?
but Howard, you don't. I don't care about that.
I get that all day.
Wait. You weren't outside. When I walked outside, cameras were rolling all over the joint.
Oh, so you guys do it for the camera?
No, you guys were prepared for it. You knew it was
No, but
coming.
AJ,
We videotape
Tom, the door
everything.
opened. The cameras were right there.
AJ, I got to tell you
That's
something.
the show. You walk out of here and you've been part of something. They're waiting for you in the hall because they want to
Always?
see
Not
you.
when I
Always.
came in the hall.
Yes.
No, but you're different because you're not a regular guest on the show. When you were a guest on the show,
I'm more
and
than
you
that
would
now.
leave.
Now I'm part of.
no,
I was
but
part of a family.
When you
here,
were a
and I
guest on the
think a guy
show
like John should
and
be
you would
cool to
leave.
me.
Oh, I was cool to you.
No, you haven't been recently.
Yes, John, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, listen, I got to say, in terms of street etiquette, AJ did the right thing. I mean,
What?
the professional thing, he can't do it on the job. But John, I'm sure John taunts him. Admit it, John.
Never.
You taunt
Never.
No,
him.
I don't see
I've
any of that.
always been nice to
I didn't say.
AJ. I have never taunted.
I didn't say you taught me. I said the calls recently. Too many negative stuff was coming in from
Greg,
John.
go ahead.
And I got mad at that.
Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Howard, how you doing?
Yes.
AJ's just mad that his night show stuff.
No, I'm not mad about that. Listen, I laughed about that stuff. I'm the
that other guy back that does all the voices. He's
How many?
funny anyway, AJ's just a little crazy.
Now he can't blame John for this. John
No,
is in
I'm
here.
not.
I love AJ. I
take
think
those
he just
jokes.
got completely out of
And he
control.
lost it for us.
He lost it,
It's
and
based on, making fun of people calling
That's
in.
so
and
not
he
true.
goes around and cries. You should make that song
I'm not
about
crying,
him,
man.
Louis McGuire.
yeah. Well, I tell you, this is a perplexing problem. I see Tom's head is spinning.
No. We need to think about this for a while.
No, I don't need to think
Yes,
about
we
it.
do,
for a while.
Tom.
What is it, Dave?
Here's, if I may.
AJ, he can't take a joke.
I can't take a joke. I take plenty of jokes.
Billy Crystal can't take a joke.
Come on, I take plenty of jokes. I really do. I take a lot of heat for a lot of stuff. I'm very honest on the show. I tell you guys everything in my life. I just think recently John's been a little bit too pushy about getting calls.
Man.
I do.
Take a joke.
Yeah, but you can't hit a guy over
It's
that.
also John's role.
To hit a guy,
Also what
to
John
smack a
does.
guy.
I think John pushes buttons a lot more than other people
John,
do.
But that's John's role.
I agree. Is smacking over the top? Yeah. Considering I know John and I'm part of the family, yeah, it's over the top. But sometimes you got to teach a lesson. John, maybe it's wrong.
That's the macho crap that doesn't fit.
So you're not helping yourself.
Right.
You know,
Because then what happens next?
Come on,
nothing was going to happen next. Tom, if I wanted to punch him, I would punch him. I smacked him with a left hand.
Gary's between you and him.
It's not fun.
I got to tell you, I've been here a long time, AJ, and I've seen a lot of people get pretty riled up. But almost maybe
We've never
the
hit each
second
other.
time in the history of the show somebody's thrown a punch.
Well, guess what? You'll air the show every week for the next month and a half.
True.
People will be happy.
And it's not fun. It's
I
not
didn't do
fun.
it for that reason. I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because, believe me, I take all jokes. I love
No,
that
you don't.
stuff.
But obviously you don't.
Yes, I do. Every call that comes through, I
He
laugh
might
at.
punch you while he's
What
taking
other
the
call
joke.
besides? What other day besides today was I pissed off? Come on, Tom. About calls that come in.
Every day you walk in here, there's the opportunity to get pissed off.
And I don't.
Every time you're going to have the opportunity to get dumped on.
But I don't.
And there is absolutely no place for throwing a punch.
But I just think since I'm
None,
around long,
especially-
since I'm not like a star
No.
comes in once in a while, since I'm part of the family to an extent, I think John should be a little cooler about.
You know what? That only makes you more open
Hold
to
on a
being
second.
picked on.
Gary's part of the family. Gary gets plenty of negative calls. I'm part of the family. I get plenty of negative calls.
I haven't heard
no
one
one
sec-
goes and
I
beats
haven't-
up no one goes and has a problem with the guy taking the call.
I haven't
dude.
heard you send a call
Howard gets
to Howard
plenty-
about somebody bitching on you in a long time.
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
You're crazy. Someone calls him bad mouth me, I put him through.
AJ, what would happen if a guest hit you? Would that be okay?
If a guest hit me?
Yeah,
In
punched
what?
you.
What do you mean? What capacity?
Well, you insulted him, you teased the guest,
What if Trump was here and he punched you?
and all of a sudden the guest punched you. Would that be okay?
I don't know, Dominic. I'm for a fight all the time. I don't know. If there's a reason for it, we'll fight. I don't know. I told John that I was going to come in and smack him when he was doing the wrong thing to me. Tom, you make a good point. You're right about that, and I apologize about that. And I apologize for the people in the room. But I'm not going to be... Being made fun of is fine, but when John has a thing that he keeps doing...
He really doesn't, though.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't. He puts just
No,
all
but
the
even-
calls
even-
through. I mean, if any, listen.
And you know what? I got to tell you, again, I'm
We
not trying to
all
get you
get-
mad at Howard, but Howard has the ability to select which ones he wants, and sometimes he selects
But
ones.
sometimes he doesn't have the right information.
And so does
either.
the right
Like
information.
Melrose Larry will call in and give me something totally different, and then start ragging on Cabby or something. I mean, it just happens. That's how it goes.
But we all get very sensitive in here every once in a while, and we think we're being
Oh,
picked
come on.
on. That's part of the
You two
territory.
have fought. You got... I've heard,
That's
Oh, believe me,
part of the
I felt
territory.
like doing what you did today a million times to everyone on the show, but I've never done it. But I felt like it. I understand.
Lou, you're on the air.
Hi, guys. This is funny and this is fun, guys.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't do it for that reason, John. I didn't do it to make it a big thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chisano, man, why you kicking AJ out, man?
Come on, we can
Well,
work
Tom
it out.
has a problem
But
as a
we
ju-
can work it out.
We can work it
We
out.
can work it out.
AJ, will you agree to go to anger management class?
Who's going to teach it? Who's going to do it?
We'll get, who was in here the other day? Puffy. Sean Puffy
Oh, yeah,
comes
he'll
in.
teach it?
Yeah, really. It's just, Glenn, go ahead. What do you want to say, please?
Well, it's just pretty clear that AJ's life is spiraling out of control. He's, got gambling problems, making all kinds of
Gambling? I don't gamble. I don't gamble.
This is just the next step in the...
You're not paying your
I
bills.
don't know who this guy is.
Can we,
Are you
can
not
we,
paying your...
can we give this footage to the E! True Hollywood Story when they do it on your...
Cabby, what is your thought on this?
Mysteries and scandals.
I think it's sad that and all the troubles John and I have had, I've never ever raised my hand to him. I think AJ's a pussy.
Oh, come on, Cabby.
Go get rid of him.
No, I really do. It's you know what? You don't do that at work, man. This is your job.
No, it's not my job, though. I'm not making it right. I'm not trying to make it right.
This is a crack addict telling.
I'm not trying to make it right.
Even Cabby knows he's a crack addict.
Right. There's right and wrong, man. You don't do it at work. I've never done it at work. You got a problem, you take it away from work.
Howard?
Good point, Cabby. Good point.
Yes, go ahead, Dominic.
Would the radio station be liable if you hit someone again?
Oh, you.
That's right.
If I hit somebody again?
Yeah.
If you hit someone again.
It's liable now.
You want to
That's
hit somebody, I'll come back there. I'll let you hit me, AJ.
Oh,
Tom is going to hit you, John.
And they're all calling over work now.
You know, John suits Sharon Stone. He'll be more than happy to take more money than you give the cab driver.
As much as I don't like John, AJ, you're a punk, and I'll come back there. You can hit me. I'll hit you back, though. See?
John went at me. John's no punk.
John can handle himself.
Oh, I know he can, but you know what?
AJ did not advance after the first punch.
Oh, there was 3 guys between us, man.
No, there was Gary, you, and John. You swung and then backed off.
You forgot Casey? Casey was there. You weren't trying to.
Well, on the film, you threw a punch and then you moved away.
Yes. Because you're a pussy.
Well, John was coming full force, though.
Yeah. I would back up too.
No, it was we were immediately separated. Gary and Casey.
And you didn't walk in.
No, just Gary.
And you didn't walk in with.
hands off.
Yeah, you walked in.
I feel like you wanted to have a conversation.
I walked in with an announcement that said, "I'm going to smack you with the next phone call like that."
Well, I don't understand all this male etiquette about when you throw a punch.
I didn't think you were going to hit me, dude.
But John, I told you I was.
I'd have my hands up.
I told you I was.
I didn't think you was that big of a pussy.
I don't think it's a pussy to do what I did.
You just said
I'm apologizing for it.
Somebody. That's being a pussy. That's not a man. A man doesn't jab somebody. A man comes up and goes, "I'm going to hit you. Put up your hands." That's what a man does.
I told the whole country, "I'm going to smack you." No, call. You made a call. I smacked you.
I'm sorry. No.
AJ is clearly wrong. John is in the right. You don't hit a guy.
I agree. I agree about that.
You screwed up.
Yeah,
right.
I shouldn't hit you, but don't say that I came in with no warning.
I didn't think you were hitting me. Gary didn't think you were hitting me. Nobody here thought you were hitting anybody.
Cabby, you know I get ripped on.
Cabby just walked in here and got totally ripped.
I get ripped on. I like it. It's fun. I like it. But I just thought recently John went overboard a couple times.
No, it's not John. It's the listeners, man.
No. Obviously, but someone answered the phone call.
John did not.
No, I don't know how to.
John is not allowed to edit phone calls.
No, I don't know what it's comprised of, John, but I know.
Well, maybe you should know before you start throwing punches.
I didn't throw a punch. It was a smack.
Maybe you should know how it works before you raise your hand at somebody.
I see you have a boxing match, Howard.
John, when you get a phone call, if a guy has an instantly nasty thing to say, do you always put them through?
He puts everything through.
And if a guy has the right to say,
no matter what.
That's good radio.
And if a guy says AJ's great, I'll put it through.
No, I dig all that stuff, but every single call?
Everything. Even about me.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is. He's not allowed to edit.
In fact, when Howard got separated, John put through some pretty heavy calls, and Howard took some of them.
I said to him, I said, you cannot edit the phone calls. I want every call to go through.
All he's looking for is good phone calls.
It's realism, AJ. Take it.
I do, Cab. Come on.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You just went and smacked John for no reason. He didn't rip on you. He was playing with you.
Watch the taping.
I have to say, like,
you sit there and say, no, AJ, you sit there and say you're part of the family. Would you hit somebody in your own family?
Yes.
No, I would not.
Exactly. You wouldn't hit
people in my own
your own family.
But I think people in my own family wouldn't necessarily come at me like John does with those kind of phone calls.
You know what? Me and John have been at each other's throats. I've never thrown a punch.
Hey, AJ, during the fight, did you lose your shoes or were you just...
Yeah, because they're sandals.
They came off. Okay. I was just studying the tape.
They're sandals.
Tom,
I know Tom's...
I don't know what to do.
Howard, I know what's going on.
Can
I tell what's going on here? What's going on here is that I think in Howard's head, he knows that asking AJ to leave is the right thing, but AJ has now become the most interesting guy in the world, and you hate to lose him.
I hate to. I like AJ a lot. I think that, but I do think
AJ. Wait a minute.
Why is he the most interesting?
Because now it's a guy who's capable of anything.
No, I admit that.
He's completely insane.
No, I admit that it was wrong.
So what's the minute McVeigh?
No, I admit that it was wrong. I apologized to John earlier. As soon as I felt bad that I did it because. But I just thought that. Okay,
I tell you what I'm going to do.
He's going to screw with me. I'm going to screw with him.
I'm going to tell you what.
Screw with you with fists, AJ.
But Johnny, it wasn't a fist. Man. It was a
I tell you
smack.
what, AJ.
I don't want to.
All right, you two.
You with guys. You know what left smack is
AJ,
punches, John.
The only way to resolve this, in all seriousness, and tell me if this is wrong, Tom. And Tom, you make the final decision. I'm not the boss. But it seems to me that if John wants AJ gone, He's got to be gone.
No, don't.
Whatever John says, I'll abide by it.
Right, it's got to be because John was sucker punched.
Well, whatever John says, I'll abide by it.
I got and
Here's the
as
deal,
much as I
Howard.
love AJ,
Howard,
I
if he sits in
understand.
that chair, believe me, when he's not looking, I'm going to come up and jab him in the face. I promise.
AJ's
I promise
okay
I'm going
with
to do it because no one's going to jab me like that and not get jabbed back. I'm sorry.
I don't think it was jabbed. I think
It was jabbed, AJ. You don't go smacking somebody with someone's. You told me you were going to smack me?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. On the air. This is on the air. This is a
No, you said on the show if John runs another call. And I got to tell you, I'm going to say how it went down. We thought that was funny. We thought that you were irritated, but not irritated enough to hit anybody. And John said, "Hey, I should make a call." And I actually thought that was amusing. He went to my office. He made the call. We never believed you would really hit him. We thought you might get a little irritated and yell at him, and it might be good radio. But
Can we keep AJ on the show if we lock him in a cage?
Yeah,
a shark cage. A shark cage.
John, whatever you say.
It's really up to John.
John, whatever you say, go.
Am I right, Tom?
Yeah, no,
and it's also up to Tom because it is Tom's
Wait a
radio
minute,
station.
but John is going to make an emotional decision. That's not necessarily the best.
Yeah, but it's
How about I come over there and smack you in the face, see how long I stay?
And you want
all
to know
right,
something?
Robin, how about I do that?
And that's a good point.
All right, Robin, all you care about is the freaking show. But here's a guy who just did an act that should be thrown. If it was anybody else, if it was... A guy came in here naked once and was allowed back in the show. This guy hits me, and now he's okay for me to be here.
John is right. John is right. If AJ went over and smacked Robin...
No, come on, that's just...
It wouldn't be a question.
I know better. I'd run out of...
Robin has no respect for me, and that's the difference here. Because it's me, she gives two craps.
I respect you.
Well, I was under the impression...
And you should not... You should be safe
She cares about the show over me, and that's fine.
No,
and I'll deal with you in the same way. You should this way. If AJ smacked you in the face, I would have him in a headlock by now.
Johnny. I really thought your job comprised of getting the phone calls, but I thought you did filter a lot of them out. I thought you did. They tell me you don't.
He doesn't.
Okay.
No excuse.
Dominic, let me go. All right, Dominic. Dominic, I'm not making excuses. I tell those guys if John and Tom want me out, I'm out. I'm not making any excuses.
Right.
I'm just saying that.
Right. And I don't want to cop out either.
I'm not saying I want him out, but I'm just telling him he's going to be sitting there, and I'm going to smack him in the face.
But see, how can I have that environment now? How can
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not thinking clearly. I don't know.
The environment of John. Now, John.
You have to be able to work through problems. Now, we could have a commitment to work through this problem, or we could just blow everything up.
John was smacked in the face and sucker punched or japped. I never heard that word before.
Is there a way to work through a problem like that?
That's
a lot of times guys who are friends get into fights and they remain friends.
I think
it's not unheard of.
I think if AJ had gotten up and smacked me in the head, there would be no way to work through it.
It's a different situation, man. You know,
It's not a different situation.
It is.
He's the one who's taking those calls.
No.
If you want to be mad at anybody on the show, be mad at Howard,
That's
not
right.
me.
That's right.
No, I'm not mad
and
at
that's
Howard.
true.
And a person's a person.
I'm not. But
it shouldn't matter whether it's an intern or Howard.
It is an assault. It is an assault.
I don't care about that.
John could get AJ arrested right now.
I think it sets a bad precedent if we're going to let people who can't handle phone calls start smacking people
Then
around.
you've spoken, and that's the end.
But, hey, listen, I'm not saying he should be
out.
allowed to stay here. He can stay here. I'm going to smack him in the face.
And he can't stay because I can't have a
We
guy.
can't allow that
You
either.
have sucker punching going on.
As wrong as AJ was, I'm not going to leave AJ here to get sucker punched.
And John, then you know what? If you do that to AJ, even though on a manly level,
Don't start telling me it's
no, I'm telling you that Tom would be within his rights to get rid of you.
This is why people go to war. This is why whole countries have to go.
When have I raised a hand to anybody
in
the 14 years I've been here?
If you
John, if you said to me right now that you understand what AJ did in some way, or you feel that AJ has apologized and you can live with it, listen, I love having AJ on the show. But if I had gotten smacked in the head, I don't know if I could have said that. I know if Robin had gotten smacked in the head, I don't know that she'd be in the mood to sit there.
I would always run. I know better.
I would too.
On another level, John, if you knew that keeping
Robin when you don't know it's coming.
Right.
I run regardless.
Howard,
So
on
this is
level,
a very listen. Do I love AJ on the show? Of course, I have him on the show. I love having AJ on. Something very unfortunate just happened here.
That's true.
I have a great idea.
I'm reviewing a tape from another angle now.
All right, but Leslie gave the best advice.
Hold on, Dominic.
Make AJ do time out in the corner.
Ow.
Well.
I told him I was going to smack him. Why am I being sucker punch?
Nobody's waiting for a punch, Howard.
My hands weren't up.
Nobody's waiting for a punch.
My hands aren't up. That's a sucker punch.
Casey did knock AJ down.
No, but
Casey got off a good one.
Because a guy who's going to punch somebody doesn't walk
First of all, let's
hold on. Donald Trump is on the phone.
Donald Trump is on the phone?
Donald Trump?
Howard.
How are you, Donald?
Listen, I told you that AJ was a loser, Howard. I've been telling you that for a long time. And listen, if I'm advising John, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Now, I'm a rich guy, you're a poor guy. Just listen. The first thing you do, and I have to tell you that Tom is right, you ought to throw AJ the hell out. You bring a lawsuit against AJ, you get everything he makes, which isn't much. Sadly, and I love Howard, but sadly you have to bring the lawsuit against the show because they're the only ones with any money.
Oh, thanks, John.
Thanks a lot.
John,
I represent everyone there.
listen to me, John. What you have to do, John, is leave immediately, bring a lawsuit against both, and you're going to become a rich man. You're never going to have to work again and suffer the abuse of
You
getting
see that?
shot.
He's millions in it for you, John.
I have to tell you, Tom is 100% right. That's why he's throwing AJ off the show, Howard.
All right, well, Donald.
But I did tell you, hey, Howard.
Yes.
He's no Johnny Carson.
Right.
Have a good time.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Well, Zolar thinks he has some information here that will help. And well, let's turn to someone who... Zolar is very Solomon-like. Yes, Zolar.
Yeah, first of all, I always call in and tell John my topic, and then at the end, before I hang up, I say, AJ, how many guys did you give a BJ to?
Right.
To get that job.
Right.
And I don't like him. He's wrong. And I think that John should get to smack him in the face.
Okay.
You stand there with your hands down, AJ, and let John smack you, just the way he feels you smacked him.
Oh, the way he feels I smacked him.
Yeah.
Well,
What does that mean?
I don't know that that's going to settle anything.
Why not?
Is that what you want, John?
You jab me, I'll jab you.
It's not a jab. I know you're coming.
No, you just stand there and take a smack like a man, AJ, just like Chuck Zito said. I'm going to punch you. Get ready for your punch, AJ.
I took it.
Yeah, so take the smack. Don't be a bitch.
Oh, then what? Should I then file a counter lawsuit and we'll all get crazy lawyers?
No, then you'll be even, you faggot.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, my God.
I have another solution.
Yeah.
Protect the person who just put that phone
First of all,
Time out. Put him in the corner.
no, first of all, let me say something. Again, here you see people sometimes get heated up, and they don't respond properly. AJ and John went at it. AJ, you sucker punched John.
I sucker smacked him.
Sucker smacked him. You didn't punch him. Right. You didn't punch him. You smacked him, but
These
whatever.
are not
You
the
laid
important
hands on him.
issues, okay?
All right.
In all fairness, my chin blocked a good
Yeah,
punch,
you
of,
got
punch of the
punched.
momentum of the punch.
Right.
That started as a closed fist, and
No, it didn't. That's a lie.
Right.
Look at the tape.
Started as a closed fist. I mean, come on.
There's a certain amount of...
Precise are we getting here?
In all fairness, John, I don't even think hardly you got touched. I think Gary absorbed the blow.
Yeah.
He got the shot.
Wait a second. Hold it. I'm just telling you that. Secondly, you did get smacked, and I told you.
Don't worry, Howard. I'm not
your,
suing you.
No. You can sue me. Sue me right now. I don't care.
I'm not suing anybody.
You could sue me.
AJ maybe.
Right. But you could sue whoever you want. I'm never telling you who not to sue. But the fact of the matter is, this has to be resolved now.
Can I just ask John one question? Because I think
I agree with John. If I got slapped at work, I would not feel comfortable being around somebody.
Let me just ask you one question. I agree with you. You're totally in the right. I agree with you. If you don't want
I agree with you that if you were sitting in your chair and you hadn't done anything to anybody, but that person perceives that he was being done, he feels that he was being attacked.
But Robert, hold on.
So he's coming from him.
But you can't smack someone.
I understand you're upset, John.
I understand both positions.
But John,
Really?
Yes, I understand your position.
And what position is AJ in? You understand a guy's able to come out and smack somebody? Oh, so it's okay to smack somebody?
No, I didn't say it was okay to.
He shouldn't be attacking Howard.
AJ. I'll tell you why he wasn't attacking Howard. You were posing as a guy named Mel.
No,
which I didn't realize.
He liked, he said.
Well, I thought it was funny on the screen.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was you.
That's not the problem, Howard. The problem
I thought that's what sent him over the edge.
Well,
the last 3 weeks.
It did, yeah.
But I think what you did alone.
Oh, now he said the problem was the last 3 weeks of phone
I said it
calls.
looked. Well, that started it, John. But then it looked funny on screen seeing you laughing it up. But when you're sitting there and you're John bitching on me, it's not a caller. It's you doing it to me personally. And no one here does that to each other like that.
Oh,
no, they do.
You gotta be here.
Are you kidding me?
I'm here.
Are you kidding me,
I've heard
dude?
fights between you guys.
This whole show is we all insult each other
John,
constantly.
I'm a listener forever. I know what the show is.
AJ, they have put people through who said I should have died when I had cancer.
Right. And by the way, I said that Tom should have died. That was me on the phone. I told Tom he should have died.
Show and acted like I can't hear people.
AJ, Tom's a good sport. I said to him, and I'll take the heat for this. When he had cancer, I said I wish it had taken your life.
Yeah.
I did.
In a moment of I don't know what that was.
I laughed. That's right. And Tom laughed. And Tom, by the way, I'm glad you lived.
Howard, let me just ask John one question.
Today, right now, I am. Because Lord knows what I'm going to do with this situation.
Let me ask John one question. I know that you said that if AJ stayed, you'd have to hit him.
Yeah.
But would you hit him knowing that it would probably cost you your job? Is it really worth it?
Well, why would it cost him his job?
It shouldn't cost
Why
him
would it
his
cost him his
job.
job? Why would it cost him his job?
But Tom can't have complete mayhem.
He's right. So John, you want to even it up? You want to smack me back?
Would you smack AJ?
Let's
Would that even it up?
Let's recreate it. Let's put Gary between us. You walk in and smack me with your left hand like I did. Let's recreate it.
All right, that's fair.
Everybody gets the clover.
Giant recreation, but on one condition.
Why should Gary?
Who do I get to hit?
Wait, the same? No, the same thing.
As much as I would like to see it.
Wait,
be honest, John. John, be honest. Wait a second. John,
you
be
walk in
honest.
and you clap me with your left hand.
How much did it hurt you to get the?
I'm not going to say that right now.
Be honest.
I got to wait for the lawsuit.
Oh, come on. Be honest.
John, he didn't hurt you.
Did he barely nip you? It doesn't look on tape. This kind of stuff happens.
Howard, it doesn't make a difference.
I understand that.
You're right. It does.
So, do you want to just smack him and get over there with?
I think my 5-year-old could hit harder, but it doesn't make a difference.
Do you want to smack him?
It doesn't make a difference.
Do you want to smack the guy or not?
Let's do it. Let's
So
recreate
why
it.
don't you smack him and then we'll be done with it? Does that satisfy everyone?
Let's go in that room.
Everybody, then we will
Smack AJ.
Let's recreate it.
Wait, smack AJ.
And then from that point on, there's never any more hitting anywhere in this area.
I agree to that.
You will?
Of course.
Look at
Tom's face. Look at
Tom, what do you think of this?
Listen, the person I need to make sure is happy at the end of the day here is John.
Yeah, I understand that.
Me too.
John finally in a
But I
position of
can't
power.
Hey, Tom, can I get an extra 20 grand on my salary next year?
No, you can't get that. Don't make it about her that. Don't start milking. No.
Come on, let's do it.
You're not kidding anything.
Let's do it.
No, but go ahead. Just go smack AJ and be done with it. Or if you don't like that solution, then tell AJ to leave and I'll stick by
If you don't do
it.
it, then I'll leave. But
Yeah. And I don't know that you're wrong.
I'll let you even it up.
You know what?
If you tell what's not right, Dominic.
A hit is not right. We should make him sit like Hannibal for the show.
Put him in a...
You know, there's one guy on this show I'm going to defer to right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Fred Norris. I think he's a
The fair one?
Oh, yeah. You're kidding.
All right, we're going to get Martian logic on
Hold it. Stephen Baldwin wants to say something before Fred issues his... What is it, Stephen?
Hey, John, AJ smacked you.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What kind of advice is that?
You know what's funny about all this?
What?
Let me tell you something. John's no rocket scientist, but at least he's like a solid, righteous guy. Listen to AJ already, like putting all these terms and conditions about how John can get rested.
Well, he doesn't want to get clocked.
I'm just gonna, Stephen, I'm directing it. We'll do it like I did it to him. We'll make it happen again. Same thing over again.
But it's not the same thing. You're expecting it. You're gonna like tighten up your face like a
Maybe that's
Tighten my
worse.
face up. I don't know.
Listen, let's go to Fred. Stephen, thank you. You're no help whatsoever.
John, kick his ass.
Thank you, Steven.
Pay-per-view.
Well, I would go for a pay-per-view, that's for sure. But Fred?
I prefer to see like a pay-per-view event, a boxing event.
Fred,
so
everyone is
everybody
turning to you
happy.
for advice.
Why have we got
Number one, AJ should have never lifted his hand to John.
Okay, that
as
we know.
much of a pain in the ass as John
Agreed.
can be
I agree.
sometimes,
I agree.
you
All right.
never ever do it. There's no reason. There's no.
We know
no
that.
excuse.
Okay, I agree to that.
Look at Tom going, I can't believe we're believing this up to Fred.
I
We
agree.
never left anything up to Fred.
No, I respect Fred, but I think John's already spoken.
But John
and I think
can't
you're putting
be
John in an
sitting here
awkward
pissed
position.
off wanting to attack
Maybe we are
AJ.
putting John in an awkward position.
John, are you
Wait, I didn't hear how.
Why don't we do this?
We all ignored Fred as usual. What did you say, Fred?
What? You want now? You want me to continue?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
After you interrupt?
I'm sorry.
Now Fred wants to
I'm
hear
going to go
you.
right into you now.
It's just taking you forever. What is your decision?
My decision is either John hits AJ or AJ has to walk.
Okay.
That's what I offer.
That's Martian justice.
What'd you
That's
say?
Martian justice.
That's Martian justice, and you know what?
That's right, fat boy.
John, are you having any pain, any injury?
I gotta say, I got a headache.
Here comes the ambulance chaser.
Just a little abrasiveness on my elbow from, I guess, some
Like a burn,
Abrasiveness,
a burn.
abrasion.
I got that too.
Yeah, you got one too, huh? Well, you started it.
I'm just saying.
You know, everybody was healthy before you left your chair.
Yeah, AJ's bleeding.
Hey, look, you know what? Even if you guys still want me to go, I'll go. But I'll let you smack me back. That's the manly thing to do.
Where's AJ bleeding at?
No, just
His neck.
on the rug.
On his neck.
Ooh.
Wow, look at your neck.
Ooh.
Totally
I
bloody.
got grabbed on the way out.
Yeah, I think KC did that.
I got fingernails.
No,
I
but
think
you
I'm sorry,
can't-
man.
John came at me hard, man. He came at me.
He did.
John never got to you, though.
I know, but he came at me hard.
I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
There was 3 guys.
I know.
All right, John, what do you want to
Well,
do?
the good thing is with this episode, AJ, you will be back on E again. This is
John, either way, man. I'll go
What do you
based
wanna
on
do?
whatever they say.
John,
I'll
if
go.
I'm putting you in an awkward position, say someone else, then Tom will make the decision.
Well, then think about it for a night. But either way, you want to hit me
Yeah.
back. Hit
But
me back.
I abide by anything you say.
Right.
Hey, Howard.
That's the right thing to do.
Who's that?
Hey, Howie.
Yeah.
If Tom throws AJ off, he's just as bad as the producers of Big Brother, man.
Yes. Well,
the difference is
the difference is
we're going to show this.
The difference is we will show it.
But I know I went too far by doing it. I know that I'm part of the group, and I shouldn't have went overboard and raised my hands. I know that.
Right.
I was a little pissed off. I thought recently things were coming through the phone lines. Now I understand it's not all. I thought you put through things. I think you filtered the phone calls.
And you know what? It doesn't make any difference whether he did it or not.
No, well,
that's not the point.
I'm not saying that's. I'm not saying that's enough to be hit for, but it does make a difference. It does make a difference. Well, Dominic, you ever hear somebody at work not liking somebody else in the workplace and maybe just...
That happens.
Yeah, I saw a post office worker.
No, come on, that happens. Why couldn't it be John having a little gossip with me? You know what I mean? It could be.
He said the worst thing in the world to you. You can't hit him.
Yeah,
we already established that.
Can I just say something?
All right, listen, I've got...
Harry and I have come to a point where we wanted to kill each other.
Yeah.
But you're
right. You guys are right.
Restraint.
I know you and Cabby were going
in the
wild.
grand scheme of things that John could say about you, that's so low on the totem pole. He didn't even talk about your mother. I mean, what else is left for him to talk about?
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like it's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm not saying what he said is bad. I'm saying that John recently has seemed to come out.
No, but I'm saying that
wait. By putting calls through.
All right.
I thought you filtered him, John. John,
wait, Tom, go ahead. We have to wrap this up. I don't know what to say.
I think what
let
should
John
happen.
go and think about it for a while.
You know, here's the deal.
I'll go.
AJ's due back tomorrow. Maybe AJ goes today. Just rest it up. You know, take a rest.
Want to take a break?
Tomorrow he comes back tomorrow. Tomorrow he comes back.
I hate to see that.
No matter what, AJ, come back tomorrow morning.
AJ, no. I disagree with that. I think AJ needs to leave now, and then we can think about it. We can discuss it more, and then see if he comes back tomorrow.
Hold it, I got an idea.
And nobody feels in danger of AJ.
Yeah, AJ ain't gonna.
I'm not entirely sure.
Please.
No, he just. I mean, he gets. If you say the wrong thing.
AJ's
I've committed you, Gary.
No. But I've always felt that you were. I always felt that you were a loose cannon. As I got to know you better, I said to myself, "Oh, that's more." AJ's attitude. He's not really a loose cannon, but now I think you're a loose cannon.
I'm a loose cannon.
But you are.
Well, that move I just made wasn't the most methodical move, but I did say if that happens again, I'm going to do something.
No, I know, but no one really.
Make it okay.
I'm not saying it's okay, Tom.
He said he lost it.
I said it was wrong, but I did say.
See, the problem is, will you lose it again? You see, we can't predict.
I don't think you lose it again.
Hey, actually, Tom did hit John once on air.
Yeah, Tom, you've lost it in here.
Well, whatever. I mean, look, I told John
you
want to hit me.
You once hit Tom. You once hit John, didn't you, Tom?
Went after John.
You elbowed him, right, John? You were elbowed by Tom.
If I'm allowed to smack Tom once, then we could have it.
Yeah, right. You did lose it once, Tom. I saw you elbow John.
No, I didn't elbow. What I did is I hit John.
You hit him in the head.
No, I went to knock the
I felt because he was
You
coming.
knocked his headphones off.
That is violence.
You did. You lost it.
Tom should go.
And you didn't have to leave.
Tom sometimes throws things at people. You know.
In anger.
Yeah, you've done it. You've knocked John in the head.
In fact, ask his golf clubs how difficult he can be.
All right. Listen,
maybe in kidding.
There are a couple of people who have lost it, including Tom.
No,
I saw him whack John.
Lost it at
Not
one
like
time
that.
or
Right.
another.
Not like that. There's a certain difference. And,
I agree.
I got to wrap this up.
So let's go ahead, wrap it up. I'm
all
not
right.
keeping
Let
you.
me ask you something. What is your decision, John? Really, it comes down to
I really think that
I'll abide by anything.
Honestly, I would like to. Doesn't matter.
Tell me.
See, I'm torn between being a barbarian and being, an intelligent guy.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, you didn't like AJ's barbarian.
Thank you, Fred. Last time I defer to you, Fred.
Well, go ahead. No, seriously, John. I want to do the right thing here. You were the guy who got smacked. And you know what? If I got smacked, I probably would say, AJ, you have to leave.
Here's the difficult thing. When he smacked me in there, I wanted to kill him.
Go ahead.
There was nothing that was going to hold me back from killing him.
Right.
Now, just go up and smack him in the face is kind of like a gay thing to do.
Right.
But John, there's one good thing came out of this.
Will you get to your decision?
But in the same breath, I don't want this guy. I think now he's got one over on me, and I can't live that down either.
I understand you from a man's point of view.
So I'm torn between those two things.
How do you feel about AJ staying here the rest of the day? Do you need time to think about this? Would you like him to leave?
I'm just going to tell you, Howard, knowing me, and I'm a pretty sane guy.
Well,
you might lose it and hit AJ today.
I might see him in the halls, and I might just jap him in the same way because all it takes me is to think about the incident.
What I said then?
What?
I think we should do what I just
said.
I don't think
that's
all right.
Gary's shaking his head.
I don't want AJ getting hit.
AJ needs to leave now.
Go ahead, Dominic.
One good thing came out of it. John doesn't stutter anymore.
Yeah, but let me say something.
Even you're still fat, Dominic.
Right. And let me say something.
Maybe AJ should hit you, Dominic.
Yeah.
Somebody should.
All right. Listen to me. I think that AJ lost control, yes. And AJ was wrong.
Which I've admitted to.
Yes, you have.
But I think it shows that the potential exists.
Yes,
But
it
he's
does.
also new to this situation.
Okay.
That's right. Now, do I think he'll do it again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know.
Other people will do.
I don't
I'm not
know.
going to do it again. I'm not saying that for the
I can't promise you that AJ will not go berserk.
I don't think he'll do it to John again.
I won't hit
but
anybody again. I'm not saying that for the sake of working here another day. I just
want to
know
show that you're
myself.
in control.
I'm not going to hit anybody again.
You probably feel you realize that was a
Okay, we got to wrap it.
overreaction.
I have to wrap this. I have to wrap this.
I said it.
Hey, Howard. What should I do, Tom? Tom, I'm.
He said I'll go.
No, I said what I said is.
I'll go. All right. AJ is going to leave now.
No problem. AJ's going to
And
leave.
I
now.
would like AJ to return tomorrow if AJ is up for that. If John and AJ can talk this through.
Yes.
John, can you agree if AJ comes back tomorrow morning till we get on the air and
We'll
make a
have
decision
mediation?
to please just steer clear of him and not get involved in japping him? Can you give
If
us?
he's going to stay here today.
No, he's leaving today.
He's leaving now.
Coming back tomorrow to find out what a decision. But when he comes in at
how am I going to jap him if he's not here?
because he's going to come in at 5:45 tomorrow.
Well, I'm not going
He's
to.
going
I'm
to
going
come
to
into the
come in and
office.
find the.
He's going to
Here's
pass you in
what
the
I'm not
office.
going to do.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to come in to find out the decision. When you reach it, you call me.
I
agree.
I agree. I
You
agree.
show up and go. We've reached a conclusion. No, you got enough TV out of me today.
And I think AJ. I think AJ.
Of the show for just
Right.
so I leave my. Yeah.
Listen.
John, go to the hospital.
I love John. I love John, and I love AJ. I do. I love these
Your
guys.
allegiance has to be with John. I understand.
My allegiance.
Everybody in the room.
My allegiance is doing the right thing, and I can't have a work environment where you smack people.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Now, having said that, I'm saying to John and I'm saying to you, maybe you guys could even talk over the phone today. I don't know if you're up to that.
After you smack a guy in the face, doesn't matter what you say.
Right.
The only way you're going to get,
Then why don't you say AJ leave? Why can't you just say that, John? Because that's what you want.
No, it isn't really what I personally would have never have told AJ to
All
leave.
right, I don't want John to lose his job smacking AJ. So AJ, you should leave.
I will. I told you I would.
And I will take this up with John and Tom and Gary, and we will sit down and we'll talk about this and hopefully work this out. Is that a good solution?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's
Okay.
the only
all right.
solution.
Okay.
Hey, Howard, would it be fair if John would
Hey,
go to number
Casey,
one?
Casey,
That's what I was thinking.
got to wrap it up.
Would it be?
Can John just make a number one on AJ's hand, and with that clear it all up?
A number one?
Yeah, that's a great
What about
idea.
that, John?
Yeah, that's
Tom?
great. That's great.
For guy, Golden showers his hand.
Now my eyes are going to start rolling in the back of my
Okay.
head.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, this is an unfortunate incident. AJ.
Well, I apologize. I
Oh,
apologize.
AJ, I hope to see you tomorrow. I think it can be worked out. Please give it a chance. John,
Whatever you guys decide.
it's unfortunate what happened to you. I am sorry for what happened to you. And
I
hope-
overreacted. You know, the thing is, give me 1 minute, Tom. I'm sorry. It was very-
Go ahead, AJ,
Go
please.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm boring you to
Go
death.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a business to run here too, though.
Go ahead.
I'm doing very well for your
Go
business
run it.
right now.
No,
Incidentally.
you're not.
I think
You're
I
not a
am.
commercial.
Oh,
All right, go ahead.
please.
Go ahead, AJ. Just finish what you have to say.
Let me know how many times you run this show, Tom.
All right, here.
I went overboard.
A lot.
Absolutely. I guess recently because of what's going on at E and the show, that's a little soft spot with me. So I come on the show. I can take what people say because I really don't care what people say. The public is the public. When I had a column, people hated the column and loved the column. I'm used to that as a semi-celebrity.
Right.
But when somebody I work with takes it upon himself, I thought to
I
follow
don't hear an
calls in.
apology.
I said I'm sorry a bunch
You're
of times. Tom.
dragging this out.
And I also, yes, I did, John. I
Was
said,
right?
Right.
I did. I am sorry, and I said it
Then
earlier.
Why don't you just say you're sorry and let's end it?
That's what you're waiting for. I thought you were, I said I sorry a long time ago.
Everything else you're saying.
I'm
is-
very sorry. I'm very sorry that I'm very. I've said it. Of course
He
I'm
has
sorry.
said he's sorry.
Right. So what? So now
Well-
you're going to tell us that you're a celebrity. That
No,
people
I'm not
pick
saying
on
that,
you?
Tom. I'm
You
not
don't
saying
let
that.
Can I just say one thing?
I got to take. I'm going to take a
AJ
break now. Everyone, let's cool down. Everybody will take a break from this, and we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out.
I'll call you right now.
What is that?
I'm going to call John.
You stay off the phone.
Dominic, stay out of it. Really, you're just being obnoxious. You're throwing. Goodbye, Dominic.
Right.
Really, I don't even know. You know what, Dominic? I'm never letting you on the air again. You're more dangerous than both of these guys.
Were you surprised that he actually came out to fight you?
You know, it's his whole macho thing where he's got a, you know, he thinks he's he thinks he's in the mafia or something. He's got to like, hey, you know, don't disrespect me. You know, it's like it's one of these like macho dumbhead plays that you know that he always abides by this unwritten macho law that, you know, I guess if somebody insults him, he's got to take it into his own hands. But it's ridiculous, and it's not fun, and it's not funny. When you slap someone in the face, it's just kind of weird, you know. It's like I don't think I could ever be friends with him. I'm not going to break bread with him. I don't think I'm going to go up and attack him. If I'm provoked in some way, if he makes a remark, you know, as like laughing at me because he's or something like that, I might take umbrage with it. But as far as it goes now, I think that let's just say that me and AJ will stay apart from here on in.
So Ronnie, give me your take on the fight. Like what happened?
So everybody thought that he was just going to go in and start yelling at him. Nobody thought he was going to hit him. That's basically what everybody thought. But he just like all of a sudden he snapped, man. He just took a swing at him.
So I thought that when AJ came out here, I thought he was just coming out to goof around, maybe give John a little shot or something like that, just to screw around. Then he popped him. So I was standing right here, so I went and I grabbed him and just kind of drove him out here. We were wrestling a little bit, and I think I had long fingernails to cut him.
But you also somehow AJ wound up on the ground.
Yeah, I was pushing him back, and I guess I think he had like slippers on or something like that. That probably tripped or something.
Were you surprised when this whole fight started?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, he did pop him, and at one point I think he told me he had his hand was on my throat or something like that. Yeah, but I know he didn't mean that. It was just when you fight, it just happens.
So AJ,
can I just shake hands? Can you shake
No,
else? No? All right, cool. All right, cool. No, I asked him. He said no, so I forget.
So AJ, what's the outcome?
What's the outcome? You heard the outcome. Everybody's going to decide, and they'll decide. That's it. That's the outcome.
Do you want to give us your side of the story at all? Or?
No, I just think John, I don't know, he went a little too far, I thought, but then again, the whole show's about that. I overreacted,
Are you disappointed at your actions? Or you?
I'm always disappointed when, I heard John's feelings. He's a good guy. He's always been good to me. But I thought recently he came at me a couple times unnecessarily. And then the last thing, when the personal phone call, if I saw it again, I'd probably laugh about it. But at that moment of the day, I was pissed off.
You wish you did things different?
Well, I wish I didn't swing. But then again, it ain't like I swung a sledgehammer at him. I hit him with the top inch of my left hand. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody has a bruise. You know what I mean?
Do you hope you're going to come back?
I hope. Yeah, I guess sure I do. I love Howard. I love the guys in the show. I feel like I'm part of a family here, despite the fact that he wants to kick my ass now. This one too. No, of course I do. I love Howard. I love Robin. I love Fred. I love all those guys. It's great to be here, and I love John. And I've listened for years, so I get the whole routine. But whatever he says, he says. If he wants to hit me back, whatever he says, it's fine. But of course, yeah. Of course, there's regret. Of course, there's. Every time that happens, you regret something like that.
All right. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, Dan.
All right. See you.
All right, Tom.
Calm down, right?
By the way, AJ Benza's on the phone.
Really?
AJ Benza, who used to be a part of the show.
Is it okay to take his phone calls since
yes.
he's banned?
But as long as he's not in the studio, I think it's okay. AJ, how are you?
The calls are coming from inside the building, by the way.
Yeah, AJ, by the way, what is... I'm sorry, there's some confusion. I'm going to ask you guys to quiet down for just 1 second.
What?
AJ, it's all over the newspapers, what happened yesterday. What are your thoughts now a day later?
What are my thoughts? Well, like I said in the paper, I guess... I'm never happy to have to swing at somebody, but then again, I don't think I was being treated fairly as a member of the team, so to speak. So
You're sticking by that.
Well, John is. I've always liked John. I've always liked his comedy. I've laughed my balls off for years over the stuff he's done. But if there's one person in Hollywood or in showbiz, so to speak, who's gone a little bit too far sometimes, who's rankled people, it's John. So I'm not the first guy to throw a smack at him. It's happened. It's unfortunate it happened in the studio because, it's great being there. Like I said in the paper, it's like playing for the Yankees. But I just thought that the last few weeks before you guys went away, and especially yesterday, I think John does edit. Regardless of what you say, bro, he does edit phone calls. A lot of people can't get through to say what they want to say. So I thought yesterday that was happening a little too often. I told you I've been upset about the cancellation of the E! Show after 4 episodes. I didn't think the network supported me like they should have. So maybe if I'd walked in and I said, hey, Howard, do me a favor. If anybody calls in with some AJ after hour comments, give us some time because I can't speak about it just yet.
Right.
If I didn't say that, and John didn't know that, so he let calls through. Maybe if I said it, I'm sure John would have silenced those people. But I didn't say it. So they came in too often, too many times, and I made my warning. And then he took it upon himself to screw with me with his own person. And so I went in there, I smacked him. And like I said, It wasn't a smack that hurt anybody. It was a smack to kind of even the score. You know, it was like
Right.
I wasn't a right-handed fist. It was a left-handed overhand. So I was like, come on, you've been screwing me, now I'm gonna screw you.
Right. It was a left hand when you're a righty, right?
Yeah, of course I'm right. Yeah.
Beetlejuice, did you hear the fight on the air yesterday between AJ and Stuttering John?
Yeah, I think I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh, you heard about it.
Do you think AJ should be banned from the show for hitting John?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's very controversial.
You think AJ? I mean, if an employee hits a fellow employee, should he be banned?
He should be.
He should be.
There you go.
All right, there it is.
You should have went to Beetlejuice yesterday right away.
AJ, did you attempt to call John at all, or is?
Well, no. I thought calling today would be the appropriate time. I mean, I didn't call. I don't have John's home number, so I figured yesterday we needed to cool off, and then this is the first time I'm calling you guys. You guys called me early this morning, but I was sleeping still. So I would speak to John. I had no problem with that. Like I told you, reporters make phone calls. You tell them 1,000 things, and 3 things get printed. But I told the guys, I said, look, I love John. I've adored John for a long time. I said, I felt like I had a fight with my brother on the front lawn, and the whole neighborhood watched. It's just someone. I have 2 nephews in their 20s that we roll around sometimes and get crazy. It just happens. And
You're fully clothed. Are you fully clothed when you roll around with your
sometimes I'm not. No, apparently.
John.
No, but I mean, yeah, of course. I don't like that it happened, but I certainly respect.
By the way, John did say this morning on the air that
I heard none of the shows.
If he sees you on the street or something, he is not going to smack you.
I got news for you. If I see John on the street, and I will approach him and say, hey, you still want to even the score? Then even the score. I will. That's cool. But if he decided upon himself not to, that's fine too. But maybe, look, I don't know. Maybe John knows deep down inside he did go over the line a little bit. And if he did, then he knows that I'm the kind of guy that I'm not just going to sit there and look, you know what? If I would have walked off the show, I would have been the second Pat Cooper. And you guys would have made fun of it for the rest of your lives. Well, that's not the way I was going to walk out of there. I was going to walk out of there with a little lesson, and that's what I did.
I figured you were going to just verbally attack John.
Well, I knew you guys all looked at me. Like, I said, one more phone call, I'm going in there. And when the phone call came through and it was John, I laughed because he looked funny up in that screen. I didn't expect to see him in the screen. That made me laugh. Right. But then I said, no, now this guy's really screwing me. He's doing it himself. So I got up. I said, I'm going in. And all of you kind of said, no, man, come on, you can't.
That was the joke that I was doing the call. That was
I know. I didn't know. When I saw your face up there, I said, holy, I can't believe it's him doing it. So I laughed for a second, then I was like, no, now I got to go in there because he's compounding it by making this call himself. You guys are like, no, you can't. You're not going to really go in there. But everybody let me walk in. I get to the hallway. The lights are blazing. I'm like, okay, this camera's on. They expect something to go down.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
and it's true. Gary goes, you're not really going to hit him, AJ, right? And before he could even ask me again, I just reached around Gary's head and got a few fingers on John's face. But it just looked, you know what it is? It looked kind of weird that the cameras were blazing and people were like ready for something to go down. When the fact is, whenever you walk out of that room into the hallway, it's to take a leak. No cameras are running unless there's a guest in the hallway. But that looked kind of suspicious.
Suspicious?
It looked like the guys in the hallway were like, okay, AJ's up to something. John rankled him. He's out of his seat. Let's start filming. Well, and as a result,
we film any verbal argument.
Yeah, but baby, you don't film me. You don't film everybody just walking out of the studio to the bathroom or something like that.
Well, we do if a guy gets up and says,
in the middle of a show.
He's going. It was in the middle of a bit. I mean, the cameras are always ready.
Okay, I guess so. I didn't know that. All right.
But anyway,
hey, Howard.
Yeah.
I just want to say that no, I don't think I crossed the line, and it isn't that just because I said I'm not going to go attack him because I'm not a barbarian.
Right.
But I think it was a joke. And as far as putting the calls through AJ, the only time I edit calls if it's a boring call that I view that is not that the call has nothing to say. But if calls and disses a celebrity or says something nice about somebody, I always put them through.
Yeah, I just thought, okay, whatever. Whatever, John. I don't know what your job entails 100%, but I just thought like yesterday a few came in too many. And unbeknownst to you, I have my own aggravation in my chest about what went on with my show, and you let them come through. So. But then when you did it yourself, I was like, nah, I've had it.
But I just wanted, AJ, just so you understand, it's the nature of the show. Like, usually things that really bother us are the calls that Howard's going to take because it gets people bothered.
What good is it to explain the show to AJ because he's not doing it anymore?
No, I thought he knew that.
No, that's the thing I regret the most. Of course, I've been to the show for years.
I miss having AJ on the air. I think it's very unfortunate, but of course we have to keep civility here without people.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Having listened to the show for years and years, I know what the show entails. I know how people get grilled. I remember, I remember everything. Fred, marriage, everything. I know how you guys do it.
Right.
I guess when you sit down there and something really was bugging me, I can make fun of my own stuff sometimes. Even earlier in the show, I said
You did.
Al Sharpton's Hunger Strike lasts longer than my show. I can make fun of myself.
Right.
Very self-deprecating in everything I do. But since I can't air my grievance elsewhere, I just felt like maybe I'm not cut out for this kind of stuff today. I can't handle this kind of stuff right now. It's too brand new. So in that respect, I did go against the show's sort of guidelines that we all reg each other. But in the other respect, this is also the kind of show where, one thing I regret, and I don't care that John wanted to kill me, that's all cool. Tom Chisano, that guy, he comes on like a priest, like he comes on like, I cannot have this in my church. Meanwhile, if I would have had two cousins who went down on each other naked at 10 o'clock in the morning, he would have loved me for it. If I would have written a song about the Oklahoma City bombing, he would have lauded me. But God forbid I defend my honor and smack a guy. That he just cannot handle in his church. That was like, come on, Tom, sit down. Meanwhile, it's on the air this Friday. He's wet his pants over it.
What about Beetlejuice is sleeping, by the way? Beetle, I don't mean to wake you. That's all right. I don't mean to wake you. Hey, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
We talk about convenient, self-serving logic.
Go ahead.
I mean,
talk about it.
Talk about it.
Go ahead, Tom.
Is it interesting? Convenient, self-serving logic?
What did you say?
Is it interesting? Convenient,
somebody else who works here.
What?
And that has nothing to do with having conversations about controversial issues that people deal with every day, and which the show is all about.
Tom, people deal every day with defending their honor too. I mean, maybe not in your golf course world, but in my world, you defend your honor.
I'll keep talking as long as you do. The show's not about
somebody. Then really get bored.
No problem. AJ, keep talking.
No, Tom, I don't want to talk to you other than Howard and the guys.
You're your own best audience.
You know what? Then why do you keep hiring me, Tom? Tom, if I'm my own best audience, don't keep hiring me.
Justify your actions all you want. The fact is, you crossed the line. You know you did.
Hey, Tom, I told you yesterday I did. I accepted everything you said. I accepted what Howard said. Howard and I talked privately. I have no problem with anything that went down yesterday or today. However, I will contend that you're a hypocrite in the fact that the way you run your show, which is a great show, people can do and say certain things. Like earlier that day, me and Howard were having a ball making fun of the Pope performing abortions with his fingernails. That's hysterical. And it's also very unacceptable to a huge population of the country. But if a guy gets up and smacks a guy, you almost have a heart attack. And that's ridiculous. And I'm cool that you like that. You're one of those guys.
It shows you
and I'll never see eye to eye. Me and the group see eye to eye.
It shows you how dumb you are that you don't understand the line.
I understand it, but I think it's a stupid line. It's a much worse line to cross about abortion for the Pope.
The good thing is it's not your line to define.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, come on.
It's not your line to define.
All right, well.
Whatever, Tom. Don't play. Tom, I'll see you on the link.
No problem, AJ.
Oh, God.
Is there any chance AJ, over a long period of time, like 6 months, a year, could come back?
Well,
I'm not asking for that.
He's not asking for that.
I'm not.
He's not. That's you know what. Listen.
No, but I don't want Vinny. Vinny loves Vinny to step in, but I'm not calling to say where's my job. I'm doing my thing.
I know you're not, but like time heals a lot. If a baseball player spits on an umpire, which is just as bad.
Well,
as
we don't know what time will do because time hasn't passed.
Exactly.
And the point is that Tom is right.
Make a point, Vinny. Tom loves hockey, and they go at each other and kill each other.
And this is not.
What about that, Tom?
They get to sit in the penalty box.
And Tom, this is not an office. I mean, this is a show. This is sports.
Hey, let me ask you something, though. Here's something I thought of, though.
Violence is different.
One thing we do is we hold ourselves on this show to a higher standard, I thought, because think about this. In professional baseball, when that guy threw the ball at Piazza, threw the bat at whatever the hell that was all about.
Right. First he did a ball,
then he threw a bat. Why didn't they get rid of that pitcher?
Because the umpire didn't have enough balls to do the right thing and throw the guy out of the game.
No, but he would
should have, though, right?
He wouldn't get fired.
He should have gotten fired. Right. Not thrown out of the game. He should have gotten fired.
He gets suspended.
Should AJ merely have been suspended?
It's a different set of rules.
But this is
not
more
an
like
office.
That than an office.
Vinny, do me a favor.
Come on, Tom.
Stay out.
It's entertainment. It's not an office.
I understand it's entertainment, Vinny. It's also a unique combination of an office and entertainment. The show wasn't going on when AJ walked out and sucked.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I'm not saying. Look,
so you
can
just punch people during a show?
No, I'm not saying you can, but Tom's completely wrong. If the show wasn't going on, the show was still going on.
By the way, I'm just saying.
You absolutely shock me.
What?
You absolutely floor me with your lack of logic.
Tom, the show was going on. What's wrong with you?
More to sports than an office situation, because this is not an office situation.
It wasn't a pay-per-view boxing event.
You can't come for another year.
Don't tell me what I should know.
Howard.
I'm sorry, not what you should know.
Okay.
I said what you should do.
Howard.
Yes.
You know the show was going on when that went down.
Yes, of course it did.
Okay, so tell Tom that, please.
Tom, it was going on when it went down.
For Christ's sake, man.
But the point is that we do hold ourselves up. Even now, how come in baseball, with kids watching,
hockey or any place else?
All right, I'm just using the baseball example. Why a suspension? Like, should we have suspended? By the way, I'm not changing the rule
I have
here.
a better note. Latrell Sprewell. There was no game going on when he choked his coach.
And he was suspended for 6 months.
He was suspended for 6 months, but he's back
And
he's
I think what
playing.
Howard said is, we don't know what time is going to hold. We don't know what, I mean, given AJ's attitude today, I say it's not going to change anything. But we don't know what time is going to do. We just know it's 24 hours later, and you know what? And he can't be here.
That's fine. That's cool.
Right.
I called back because you guys called me, and Howard told me we'll call you today.
Right.
The last person I expected to sway was Tom Chisano. I knew that yesterday. I could tell in that room that you're the last guy that's going to sway, and that's fine. The fact of the matter is the people in the foxhole, Gary, all the guys, Fred, John, everybody, it is a different atmosphere. And when the cameras are off and we're sitting there talking, what the viewers don't know is a lot of laughs go on, a lot of personal stories get ripped on. And it's really like a family. Like I said in the paper, it's like playing for the Yankees. It's a great place to be.
The only thing, Howard, is to strike somebody crosses that line. You know what I mean?
And AJ admits that.
You're right, man. You're right. And that's why that's why yesterday I said I'll leave. I said hit me back. You're right. So I'm not upset about the fact that you guys still hold.
You know what?
AJ,
we have. I'd love to. I'll tell you what. Let's have AJ back, but I'm gonna have to smack Vinny in the face. Okay.
I'll go with that.
Because he obviously doesn't. I mean, it doesn't kick because it wasn't him.
John, you're not wrong, but
Okay.
Don't be a barbarian.
He should be fired.
AJ, you know what I don't understand is how come you were mad at John for putting through phone calls? Like Howard was picking up the phone. Howard could have. Why aren't you mad at Howard?
I don't know. I just think that I know that people have called in the past to say certain things that aren't negative and they don't get through. Howard's job is to make that show run like an engine. And
well, nobody tunes in to hear people compliment
no,
on this show.
I know
really,
that.
for
I know
the
that.
most part.
But also, if I'm part of you and I'm part of the game, then I don't think people are tuning in to hear people give 4 negative comments in a row either. And I think it's John's job to say, "Now let's pull out on that one."
Entertaining as this was, it means AJ's not with the show, and it pains me because I like having AJ on the show, and I'm sorry that this couldn't have been worked out through words.